Alright, so today, YouTube, I'm going to be making a little paper clip piece of paper out of oven baked clay or Palmer clay, sorry. So what I have here, I just have the Sculpty version of craft clay, oven baked clay. It comes with a few different colors. It also comes with just like 2 little tools. Okay, and you'll need a paper clip, especially an oven, and I'm just using a piece of wax paper, and you'll need a pan to set it in. So first, and also the colors, if you don't want to buy that big pack, the colors you'll need is white, red, blue, and some black if you want to add a face. And I don't have one ready yet, so I'm going to see how this goes. Okay, first what you want to get started to do is you want to take your white Palmer clay, and then I'm just cutting. Let's see, we're going to just take it out like that, put it on our thing, and I'm just going to use my knife. I'm just going to, it's also divided into lines, so you can cut it off. So I'm just going to cut right on the line. It's a little hard to cut, so you're going to give it a little pressure. Alright, then what you're going to do is now we're just going to kind of use our knife and flatten it out with the back of it. Well, actually, I'm going to take this tool right here and I'm going to flatten it out. So it kind of, it's not going to look perfect, but it's alright. So then I'm just going to cut like half of that. Whoa. Okay, and then I have this really thick piece, but I'm not going to make it this thick because I don't like it that thick. So then I'm just going to cut it in half again on the top. I don't know if you can see, but then you're going to end up with something sort of like this. And then you're just going to kind of sculpt it to a perfect kind of, halfway perfect, not perfect, but mostly perfect square, and kind of flatten it out also. So it's kind of long so you can fit everything on there. And you can also wear gloves so your fingerprints are not all over this. And I'm just kind of making this as even as perfect, or as good as I can. Alright, so it sort of looks like something like that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of smooth it out at the bottom. And I'm going to take my paper clip and I'm going to press it into it so that it looks something like that, so I can fit it right into there. And I'm pressing the bigger side into it so I still have room for the glue. So I'm just going to do that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this knife again and we're going to take it and we're going to put like little lines in it for blue lines. And if you put a line where you don't want it, just kind of smooth it out with your finger. I don't know. So then you're going to kind of put space in between them. You don't have to put them as close together. You can put them far apart, close together, I don't care. However you want it. And my lines are not exactly perfect. They don't have to be. If you want them straight, which I'm trying to do, but it's kind of hard with clay. Especially if you don't have it long enough. Alright, so then I have like 3 lines in it that are like not even straight at all. So I'm just kind of trying to make them pretty straight. I'm going to add a 4th one so that it doesn't look ridiculous. And it looks something sort of like that. So we're going to set that aside and we're going to take our blue. Oh, and also before we do that, we're going to take our, and also make, no, I don't want to do that yet, sorry. Like I said. And I'm trying to do this as fast as possible if you don't want to sit here and watch this unless you're doing this So then you're just gonna take, I'm just gonna cut, and it fell. Hold on, 1 second. You wanna kind of clean your knife off so it doesn't look funny. Sorry, it fell. So I'm just gonna kind of cut like a corner off of it. And I'm gonna set my piece of paper aside, or my clay paper. And I'm gonna roll this into a ball. Then I'm just gonna roll it out like a snake or a hot dog or whatever until it's really skinny. So you want to kind of use one finger and then a few at a time so it doesn't look all funny looking. And you get it all nice and evenly distributed, whatever you want to say. Not too good with my words today. You want to make it really thin because and so I'm just making this really, really thin enough where it's about to break. So then I'm just going to kind of come right here and make it thinner. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut off this really thin piece. If you can see, I don't think you can, but I'm going to bring this over. So there we go, I cut it off, and this really thin piece, I'm just going to cut that off also. So it's like really, really thin. I'm going to take my piece of paper and put it right there on that line, and I'm going to press down really good. So it's kind of, this looks horrible. Sorry. You could probably make it better than this, but I'm trying my best. So, it looks really bad. So then you kind of just sculpt it to where you can. Make it thin if yours turns out like mine, but I hope it doesn't, because it's looking pretty bad right now. So then I'm just going to do the same thing over and over again until I get all my lines finished. And you want to make sure they're really thin, as you know. So you can't really see I'm rolling this out too good, but try to make it thinner. So you have to be pretty thin. Alright, there we go. So that one's pretty thin where it could rip easily. Ah, it's sticking to me. So now I'm just going to kind of cut it to equal lengths, or to a length. It doesn't have to be equal. Come over here and press it down. So that line looks a little better because it was a little thinner. If it would have been as thin as that, it would probably look better, but I'm going to cut off that little snip and cut off that little snip, and we're going to do the same way with this one. I'm going to roll this out just a little more so it's pretty thin. So then I'm just going to take it and put it on there. I always press before I cut just in case. I don't know, just a weirdo. So kind of press it down there. I didn't get this second one on too good. It's kind of hard to take it off, so, and then I'm going to fold it to the side as best as I can and stick that one right there. You don't want to fold it to the back, but fold it to the side so it looks kind of cool. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Whatever you got time for. I don't know. Saying random things now. So now it's kind of starting to turn my clay, my white clay green, or blue. I gotta be kind of careful with that. So I'm doing my last blue line. Alright, and sticking this, it's not quite thin enough. There we go. Stick it right about there so it's not all cramped together. Okay, so fold that to the side. Fold that one to the side and rip that little piece off. I'm going to take a little piece and stick it on this second one because it didn't quite get there. So then I'm just going to take that and I'm going to So that's what it looks like so far. You can probably see it laying there. No, right there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just gather up our little blue pieces. And then this is the easiest one because you don't have to do all those steps. But you do have to make it skinnier. Then I'm just going to take off another little corner of my red. A little bit smaller because I don't need that much. And just roll it into a ball again. And why I'm using wax paper is because if you can't see, well, you kind of can't because of the glare. But I'm just taking a wax paper so I don't get it all over the surface I'm doing it on. And once your clay strip gets bigger, you can add another finger. But you want to do it the width, unless you're... Okay, so then I'm just going to take it, bring it down here so you can see this. I'm going to take it, I'm going to try to pinch it to make it same, and I'm going to take it to this side, and I'm going to push it down really good. And you can use this as a place for your, to hold your planner, or to use it as a bookmark. That's what I'm going for. So then after you do that, what you want to do is to take a toothpick. I would use the pointy end of this little knife tool thing that came with it, but it's too big. So I'm just going to take it, and you want to take it along the blue lines. And just swirl it around until it gets through the other side. Then just take it through the other side. Push it through real good. And kind of clean it up some so it looks like an actual hole. It doesn't look like a mess. Or you can just try to poke all the way through it really good. But the problem with poking all the way through it, it kind of starts to bend this. So, you know. And after that, you can go in and through and twist it. And then I'm just going to take my last tool, poke it through. Like I said, you can probably make yours better, and I hope you do. And so then I'm just going to take, you don't have to, but I thought it'd be kind of a cool little gesture.